Ain't no mileage or $4 configure the road I travel.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Washington Commanders. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On 2nd and 7, Tua. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to pass. Tua. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Jamin Davis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 23. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Watson off play action. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Rondale Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Boston Scott on the return from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, touchdown, Washington. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A give running right, Etienne. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the quarterbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Watson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. On 1st and 10, Watson. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
That he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On first and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Travis Etienne hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
17.
Here's Tua. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Tua going to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to play.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Tua now on first down. Forced out to his left. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
On first and 10, it's Hall. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Through one quarter, 14-7, our score. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Trouble 38. One, 10.
Now Tua. And he'll find Hall. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Back to the ground with Hall. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
Here we go.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Roster 6.
Tua sets up to pass it to Jefferson on the slant. And the Commanders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but always so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Check me.
They'll run with Hall. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
Let's go.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Hall again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Ready, break.
They'll go for it. It's Hall. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And he'll get them a little space here up to the 5-yard line.
Terrell Burgess on the tackle. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 5-yard line.
On the counter, Etienne. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. the end zone. Watson. He's going to look deep for more. It got his man complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Touchdown, Falcons! Travis Etienne with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Takes it at the 7. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
Slide, 97. Steel blue. Strike. Check strike. Ready?
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
After the interception, here's Watson. Rolling to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down?
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Travis Etienne on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Ready, strike.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
From the 31, Tua. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Come on, set. Slide 2.
Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
On the set.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. It's a gain of 5, but they're still deep in a hole. 15 yards still to go on third down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Ready.
So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it. This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Gets around him. 88 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
From the red zone now, Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Garrett Wilson, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Ready?
Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That goes for a gain of 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Paul ought to give up the middle. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Arnold. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And Oliver drops him for a loss of 10. And it's going to be 4th and long. Washington going to send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
A shotgun snap for Watson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A shotgun snap and again to Etienne. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Etienne up the middle. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Another tote for Etienne. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready up.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That one complete downfield to Kirk. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. They'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Okay, ready?
On 2nd and goal, Tua. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Straight ahead, ETN. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a first down.
McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Come on, set.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about
the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. And Oliver picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Hey, computer. Ready?
Straight ahead is Hall. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Tua going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Jeremy Chinn picks it off, and the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A give to Etienne running right. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. And they take a knee. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they will take a knee here. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Set.
And on fourth down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear a peep of protest out of them. That's just who they are.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hurry, hurry, ready.
And they take a knee.
Here we go, here we go.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, it's going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Atlanta, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Washington, the season is beyond salvage now as they fall to 2-10. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.
Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick of my